it's Judy, and I thought I would kind of go through the steps of mini album basics, so to speak. So when I'm planning to make a mini album, a lot of times I will figure out my style that I want to do. It might be grunge, it might be vintage, it might be shabby chic or vintage shabby chic, or I might want to just do a clean and simple look. My style of the album might be based off the papers that I'm using. It might be based off the pictures I want to incorporate in the album. It just kind of depends. So after I pick the kind of style I want to use, if I haven't based it off the papers, I'll pick my papers. And I'm doing a mini album right now with this paper collection from Colorbach, and I think it's really cool. It's kind of got a grungy look and somewhat of a vintage look. And so from after picking the papers, I will pick what kind of album I want to do. There's several different kinds of albums you can do. You can do envelopes, you can do paper bags, you can just use the paper, you can use chipboard. With chipboard, you can buy sheets and cut it down to whatever size you want, and you can buy chipboard shapes. You can buy pre-made, pre-assembled, and might even have the papers with it, chipboard kits, album kits. There's several different companies and several different places to buy those things. And then you can, bind an album with twine, ribbon. You can buy a bind it machine, like a Bind It All or a cinch. And for paper bags, you can buy these in all different colors and sizes. And a lot of times what I'll do is just adhere the flaps together, or you can back it on another one and use chipboard covers. I like to use chipboard covers on a lot of things. So you can use paper bags, and then there's envelopes in all different colors and sizes that you can use, and you can fold them and make flaps like with the paper bags. You can use a Bind It All, or a bindery system with those as well. You can punch holes and use binder rings. And I thought I would also go through the adhesive that I like to use with different kinds of albums. Depending on the chipboard, depends on whether or not I'll use a wet adhesive or a dry adhesive. If it's pretty thick, it's okay to use a wet adhesive. I've used this. It's very inexpensive. I also like the Zip Dry, the Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. Those are real nice as well. For dry adhesives, I like to use this ATG, and I got mine from the tapedepot.com, and that's where I buy my refills also, and they're very nice. They're very comparable to the 3M, but they're not as expensive. So if you want to use dry adhesive, I go with an ATG because you get a lot and it's inexpensive compared to using like a tape runner or even buying rolls. But you could use red liner tape or score tape. I prefer score tape. So that's what I would do for the chipboard. For paper bags, for adhering the papers down, it's fine to use a dry adhesive. If you're adhering like two paper bags together, I would use like a wet adhesive of some sort, because there will be stress on the paper bags and they're kind of linty, so if you use like a dry adhesive, it'll kind of pull away and you don't want your album falling apart. And on envelopes, it depends on the envelope, but a lot of times, like this one here, they're really smooth, so the dry adhesive sticks very well. So I like to use dry adhesive with these, because if you use wet adhesive, it will warp it, and I don't really like that. So I use dry adhesive with that. and there's just, so many different ways you can do things, and it's, depending on the size of the envelope or the bag or the chipboard, depends on your inserts or your pictures. You just, just start with your initial idea on the papers, the style, and the style of album, like, the kind, and then work from there on deciding what you want to do next. And I hope this helps, and thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below.